Look at your phone. Go ahead. Look at the last message you sent someone who matters to you. Now notice how long it's been since they replied, and notice what your body just did. For most people, a slow reply is nothing, a shrug. They forgot, they're busy, whatever. But maybe your chest tightened a little. Maybe a small voice already whispered something's wrong. If it did, you're not broken, and you're not alone. You might just be the dog. And by the end of this video, that voice is going to make complete sense to you. Because in the city of Anima, the dog is what psychology calls the anxious attachment style. And if the cat we met last week runs from love, the dog does the opposite. The dog runs after it, past every warning sign, past its own dignity, sometimes right off a cliff. By the end of this video, you'll understand the anxious attachment style from the inside, the 5 signs, why being left on read can feel like actual pain, and the one pattern that keeps the dog chasing the exact people who will never chase back. And if you're the dog, and a lot of you watching are, stay to the end, because the way out is real, and it's closer than you think. Come down to the lobby, that's where he waits. Here's the first thing to understand about anxious attachment. The dog's baseline is not calm, it's alert. Somewhere in him, a small alarm is always half on, scanning one question: are we okay? Are we still okay? Are you sure we're okay? A secure person assumes the relationship is fine unless there's proof it isn't. The anxious dog assumes the relationship is in danger unless there's constant proof that it's fine. That's the whole thing flipped. Silence isn't neutral to him. Silence is evidence. Which leads straight into the second sign, the one that runs his whole nervous system, the need for reassurance. The dog needs to hear it, that you're not mad, that you still want him, that nothing changed since this morning. And when you tell him, the relief is real for about an hour. Then the alarm creeps back on and he needs to hear it again. It looks like insecurity. It's actually a leak. No amount of reassurance from you can fill a hole that was drilled a long time ago. That's not your failure, and it's not his weakness. It's just where the wound is. And quickly before we go on, in this story the dog is a he, but anxious attachment isn't a woman's pattern, no matter how often it gets painted that way. Plenty of men are the dog. They just tend to hide it better, because a man who admits he needs constant reassurance gets called weak, so he learns to chase quietly instead. Now, the third sign is the one that sounds dramatic until you understand the science behind it. For the dog, rejection doesn't feel emotional. It feels physical. When you leave him on read, when you're colder than usual, when he senses distance, it doesn't land as disappointment. It lands as pain. And that's not a metaphor. Research on social rejection has found that being excluded can activate some of the same brain regions involved in physical pain. So when the dog says, "It hurt me when you didn't text back," he's not being needy. He's reporting an injury. His brain processed your silence in the same place it would process a burn. That's why he can't just relax about it. You can't relax your way out of pain. Now stop for a second, because I want to name what's happening. Some of you are recognizing a partner who exhausted you, the one who needed too much, texted too much, panicked too fast. And some of you just realized the dog is you, the chest tightness, the drafted and deleted messages. The way one dry reply can hijack your entire afternoon. If that's you, good. Keep watching. This is where it starts to help, because the fourth sign is the one that hurts the most to hear. The dog gives everything and secretly believes it's still not enough. He's the one who remembers your coffee order, shows up early, overfunctions, overgives. And it looks like generosity. Some of it is. But underneath a lot of it is a quiet, desperate equation. If I give enough, do enough, love hard enough, maybe they won't leave. His deepest fear isn't being abandoned. It's the belief hiding under that fear, that he was never quite enough to make anyone stay in the first place. So he auditions, every day, for a part he already has. And that brings us to the fifth sign, the one that ties this whole series together. The dog chases the cat. Remember the cat from last week? The avoidant, the one who pulls away the moment things get close? Here is the cruel magic of Anima. The anxious dog and the avoidant cat find each other almost every time, and they can't let go. Think about why. The dog's alarm is, they're going to leave. The cat's alarm is, they're going to trap me. So the cat pulls back, which sets off the dog's alarm. So the dog chases, which sets off the cat's alarm, so the cat pulls back harder. Round and round. Psychologists call it the anxious-avoidant trap, and it feels like love because it's intense, and the intensity gets mistaken for depth. But it isn't depth, it's two nervous systems triggering each other on a loop. And here's the part nobody wants to hear. The dog often isn't drawn to the calm, available person. A secure partner feels boring. No alarm, no chase, nothing to win. The dog is drawn to the anxiety because the anxiety feels like home. That's the trap under the trap. So 5 signs. The always-on alarm. The bottomless need for reassurance. Rejection that registers as physical pain. Giving everything to earn a place he already has, and chasing the ones who run. Now, what do you actually do? Whether the dog is your partner or the dog is you. 3 things. The first one, and it's the foundation. Learn to sit with the alarm without obeying it. When the panic hits, the unanswered text, the colder tone, the dog's instinct is to act immediately. Double text. Call. Demand reassurance. Here's the shift. The feeling is real, but it is not always telling the truth. The alarm goes off over real fires and over burnt toast, and it can't tell the difference. So when it fires, the skill is to feel it, name it. My system thinks I'm being abandoned right now, and wait. Just wait. Let it peak and pass before you do anything. Most of the time, there was no fire. The second one, ask for what you need directly, instead of testing. The anxious dog tends to hint, and then explode. He goes quiet to see if you'll notice. He posts something vague. He drops "it's fine" like a landmine. But tests don't get needs met. They just start fights. The braver, secure move is simple and terrifying. Say the actual thing. Hey, I felt anxious when I didn't hear back. Can you just let me know you're okay? Clear, calm, no trap. It works far better, and it's the exact muscle the dog never got to build. And the third one, this is the one that changes everything. Stop hunting for the chase. If calm feels boring and unavailable feels like love, that's not your taste, that's your wound talking. The work is learning to feel safe with someone who is actually safe. At first, a secure person will feel flat, almost suspicious. Stay anyway. That flatness is what peace feels like to a nervous system that's never had it. And now, the part 1 promised you. If you're the dog, listen closely, because this is the most important thing in the video. The anxious attachment style is not who you are. It's what you learned. Somewhere early, love came unpredictably. Sometimes warm, sometimes gone, and you could never tell which was coming. So you did the only smart thing a child could do. You stayed alert. You worked for love. You learned to chase it before it vanished. That kept you connected then. It's exhausting you now. But here's the hopeful part, and it's backed by real research. Attachment styles can change. Psychologists call the destination earned secure attachment, and the anxious actually have a real advantage getting there. Because they already know how to show up, how to care, how to stay. They were never afraid of closeness. They just need to learn that closeness isn't something you have to earn on your knees every single day. The dog doesn't need to stop loving deeply. He just needs to learn that he was always enough. Before the coffee order, before the overgiving, before the chase. And remember the rule of Anima. You are not one animal. You are the whole city. There's a little dog in all of us. It's the part that rereads a text to check the tone. The part that feels the whole day shift when someone we love goes quiet. The part that would rather chase than be still. The question isn't whether you have a dog inside you. It's whether you can teach him that he can stop running now. That he made it. That he can finally lie down. Next week, we go to the basement. To the one who wants love most and attacks anyone who offers it. The hedgehog. Anima opens one door every week. I'll see you on the next floor.